everyone, I'm Chanel Call. Thanks so much for watching. It is 9 p.m. on the East Coast, and Hurricane Milton has officially made landfall in Florida. Forecasters are now warning of potentially life-threatening conditions, with storm surge possibly reaching up to 15 feet in some places. Already, flooding and heavy winds and rain have taken over much of Florida's Gulf Coast and beyond. Already, almost 800,000 people have lost power. More homes could go dark as the storm moves inland. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said earlier, now is the time to hunker down, warning people to stay indoors until the storm passes and emergency personnel can once again reach residents. CBS News Miami correspondent Cristian Benavides joins us now from Tampa, Florida. Cristian, you've been tracking the storm all night. It looks like it's really coming down behind you there this hour.
Chanel, yeah, we've seen conditions truly deteriorate, particularly within the past hour, as Milton has already made landfall just south of us. At this point, what we're seeing is those whipping winds. We're seeing heavy rain, and as I mentioned, the conditions certainly deteriorating much more than we saw earlier. In fact, even just walking over to our vehicles to open the door, having a hard time doing something like that. Certainly, you got to remember that the Tampa area hasn't seen a major hurricane make this sort of impact in over a century. So we'll have to see how the damage that this storm does, how that compares to some of the storms that we've seen happen here within, particularly along the Gulf Coast in the past couple of years. What we've seen is just communities absolutely decimated. As I had mentioned to you earlier tonight, we've spoken to residents who live in those barrier island communities. They say that they haven't seen storms like this. They've lived there for decades, and it's certainly something that it's shocking to them. We spoke to one woman who lives in St. Pete Beach. She said that the storm surge during Helene, which happened not 2 weeks ago, came up to her neck. She had decided to ride out the storm. Sorry, we're hearing some sort of commotion happening here. It's just, as I mentioned, as these whipping winds get going, you sort of see debris that goes out on the street, and we just want to make sure that everything is okay around us, and it looks like it is. As I mentioned, this woman in St. Pete Beach told me that she had ridden out Helene. The storm surge at that point was at 5 feet, because remember that Helene stayed about 100 miles offshore from where we're located, and it still decimated that community. Water up to her neck. She called police. She started calling for help. Officials told her that they couldn't go out and help her because it was just too dangerous for them to go out there, and she was in a mandatory evacuation zone, and they had already warned so many people that they had to get out. And this time, she said that Milton, she was not going to ride out there. At this point, officials truly concerned about what a major hurricane can do to this area.
I just want to mention, Cristian, because I know the situation there is so fluid. The images obviously behind you are so dramatic. If you need to leave us at any point, please let us know. But in the meantime, I do want to ask you about some of the issues that we heard people were having getting gasoline ahead of the storm. Did that impact, the ability to leave for people that did want to do that?
There are so many. It's not just the gas stations. I mean, you've got a huge housing crunch, because you got to remember that after Helene decimated so many of those communities out on the barrier islands, those folks that live out there came inland, and they're living in hotels across Central Florida. And now you've got more evacuations taking place. So you've got people who have nowhere to go. So it's not just about gas and supplies. I know that state officials have said that they're working around the clock to make sure that they get enough gas to all of those fueling stations. But what is truly remarkable is that so many folks at this point are having a hard time finding housing, finding where they're going to ride out the storm. At this point, obviously, everyone is where they need to be in order to be able to shelter as this storm takes place.
And Cristian, we're just starting to get some numbers on the immediate impact of this weather. More than 100,000 people have lost power in Hillsborough County, and that's where you are. Across the state, we know nearly 800,000 people are now in the dark. We'll let you just check in there to see if you're okay to continue reporting. But do let us know again, Cristian, if you need to take shelter.
Yeah, we're fine. As I mentioned, at this point, yeah, we will. You know, at this point, we're inside a garage. But as we look out from here, we are seeing that debris is starting to fly down a road. This is a main artery here that's here in the Tampa Bay area. So when we hear that there's major debris going by, we just sort of take a look behind us. But we're high up, and over here we're safe because we're surrounded. We're inside the hotel. We're in a hotel garage, so certainly safe in here. I think you just mentioned the power outages in Hillsborough County. We know that this is an area where they're anticipating that they would have some power outages because of where this storm is going through. The north side of the storm is where you see those heavy winds, and you see those whipping winds, and that's normally what's knocking out the power. Where we're at here in downtown Tampa, we're still seeing that the lights are on. We saw some flickering happening earlier, but we fully expect that there will be more outages as the storm moves through. This is certainly a time that people are making sure that they've got what they need following the storm, because you got to remember, once power is out, it could potentially be out for some time. And so people have their generators, and that's why you're seeing so many gas stations. You mentioned that so many gas stations that were out of fuel. Folks are just making sure that they have enough gas, not just to get around, but for those generators to be able to just stay in their homes while cleanup gets underway. State officials have said that they've got a number of linemen already ready, scores and scores of linemen that are already ready to be able to respond after the emergency happens. I think one thing that I should also note is that landfall for this storm happened so much earlier than originally forecasted. If you'll recall, some of the early models said that landfall was going to happen perhaps in the overnight hours after 2 a.m. in the morning. So you just got to hope that folks that live out on those communities, on those barrier island communities, that they got to where they needed to get to in time for the storm. Another thing I'll mention is that even earlier today, perhaps a good sign is that downtown Tampa looked like a ghost town because so many people heeded those evacuation orders with just a handful of exceptions. One of those exceptions, a woman who was driving down the road, she got into an accident with an emergency vehicle, and that's why officials have said that, look, you needed to be hunkered down from earlier today because you've only got emergency vehicles that were out earlier. At this point, we're not seeing any vehicles out there. Everyone is hunkered down.
Cristian, we so appreciate your commitment to telling us this story this hour. Please just take a second to reevaluate what's going on behind you to make sure you're safe. We thank you for this, and we'll check in again soon. And CBS News Chicago's chief meteorologist, Albert Ramon, joins me now for more on the path. So what are we looking at right now, Albert? You know, as Cristian mentioned, landfall happened so much faster than originally expected. What is the latest on the storm's path this hour?
Well, it's inland, you're right, and the slowly but surely weakening will occur. As a matter of fact, we're looking at the sustained winds going from 120 miles per hour in the last hour to now 115. But let's get you updated on the big headline. Milton has made landfall as of 8:30 Eastern time near Siesta Key. That's just the south of Sarasota. You see Tampa Bay up towards the north came in with 120 mile per hour winds. We have reports of 93 mile per hour wind gusts at both St. Petersburg and also in Sarasota. And now it's down to about 115 miles per hour, still a Cat 3. It'll be a Cat 2 in the next hour. And just after midnight, we're expecting it to be a Category 1, but still destructive winds are in the forecast as it moves across the entire peninsula, now moving up towards the north of Sarasota. So this is a look at some of the latest wind gusts. In just the last couple of minutes, we're getting reports of the gusts up to 82 miles per hour in Tampa. So you saw the live report, the trees, the wind, the rain coming down. This is the worst the weather has been in Tampa, at least downtown, all evening long. And it's two main concerns now in Tampa and also St. Petersburg. There's the wind threat that's going to be continuing the power outage issues, but we have relentless rain right over the Tampa Bay area. So flash flood warnings are already in place, and we're not seeing the rainfall rates come down anytime soon. Right now, flash flood warnings, it's possible we could get a flash flood emergency issued for the Tampa area. We'll keep an eye on that. The reporting station has been knocked out at St. Petersburg. It's no longer reporting. Again, we had a report of 93 miles per hour in the last hour in Sarasota, 82 mile per hour wind gusts right now in Tampa. Along with the heavy rainfall, we're looking at that extreme wind warning that remains in effect for at least the next 30 minutes across the Tampa area. So you want to shelter in place away from windows. Weather Service advised when these extreme wind warnings are posted during tropical events, you want to treat them almost like a tornado warning. It's a huge area, again, with wind gusts accelerating well above 75 miles per hour. The Doppler radar out of Tampa still suggesting wind gusts around 80 miles per hour offshore. This is the one headed towards Venice and also Sarasota and Siesta Key. So we're talking about landfall. We had the first eye wall move in, the center right on top of you, and now the secondary eye wall here towards the left side of the eye, the western side of the eye, moving ashore. And there are also some very intense winds being sampled over Tampa, downtown Tampa right now at 76 miles per hour. So tree limbs can come down, trees could come down. We've got saturated soil. We could have continuing power outage issues, so stay away from windows. Let's track this for you. There's the Category 3 hurricane now. Again, I think it'll be a Category 2 within the next hour, hour and a half, as it's now interacting with land, expecting Category 1 strength right around 2 a.m. That's still 90-mile-per-hour winds. So the Orlando area, central areas of Florida, you're going to get hit by these destructive winds. And by the time we head into tomorrow morning, it's going to pass right over Cape Canaveral. The Kennedy Space Center still is a Category 1 hurricane. That's 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's going to be passing to the north of Bahamas, and then things start to finally settle down. I don't think, though, we see tropical storm force winds exit out of Florida, at least the east coast of Florida, until around 7 o'clock, around dinner time for tomorrow. The other big headline, and this is going to be, I think, what this hurricane is remembered for, it's the storm surge south of Tampa, around Venice Beach and around the Sarasota area, 9 to 13 feet. Back to you.
All right, Albert Ramon, thank you. And for the latest on this, let's check back in with Jamie Rhome. He is the Deputy Director of the National Hurricane Center. Jamie, good to see you again. So since we last talked, we can now confirm that the hurricane made landfall. Talk to us about what's going on with your radar situation right now. What's the latest on this?
Well, we're seeing that very heavy rain rates that we have been advertising and talking about for several days now develop. Some of these rain rates occurring over the Tampa area, coming down just so hard, 3, 4, 5 inches per hour. And to put that in context, because it might not, you might not be used to hearing those types of numbers, it's 2 and 3 times the normal rain rate or speed that rain would fall from just a traditional thunderstorm. And when rain falls that fast, that hard on an urban area, you almost get an instant flood. It has nowhere to go, and you just get this instant flash flooding. And you're seeing that unfold all throughout the Tampa Bay area as we speak. That shield of heavy rain is going to slide northeastward along the I-4 corridor overnight, affecting Lakeland and Orlando in the next few hours. So it is absolutely unsafe to be out of your house and driving in these conditions.
And what do people need to be watching for as we head into the later evening hours tonight?
We're really watching this rainfall. I mean, the surge is happening. We don't have instruments to measure it. The surges of that magnitude, that 9 to 13 feet, we don't have instruments that can measure that. So it will have to be surveyed after the fact. But I can tell you from experience, it's absolutely happening. You're getting, significant storm surge, not to 9 to 13 feet, but still consequential storm surge all the way down into the Naples area. That's going to continue through about midnight before things start to relax a little bit. And then we're just going to watch this heavy rain shield, because I really worry about this rain rate is going to come down so fast, so hard along densely populated areas. And I think we're going to end up with locally catastrophic flooding in some of these places as that rain rate slides along the I-4 corridor.
And, Jamie, you mentioned the speed at which we saw the rainfall sort of accumulate aggressively. And I just wonder about the timing here. Milton made landfall, we understand, near Siesta Key, Florida, about an hour earlier than originally expected. Why did that happen?
When storms sort of speed up, slow down, wobble around, that's perfectly normal to have that sort of fluctuation and variation. And if you look back earlier in the week, it made landfall substantially later than what some of the early predictions were. So people had ample time to take precaution if they wanted to do so. So I want to make sure that hopefully the people along the path are prepared for hurricane force winds, because this system's not going to just dissipate as it moves inland overnight. It's going to remain a hurricane during its entire trek across the Florida peninsula. And you on the East Coast, the Florida East Coast, if you think you're out of the woods, this is a Florida West Coast problem, No, you're going to have hurricane force winds all the way over on the Florida East Coast.
And just quickly, with a couple of seconds, Jamie, just want to ask for folks that are watching, that are hunkered down right now, your message to them?
Stay hunkered down, and especially if you're along the path of the system with these intense winds coming ashore, it's not going to be a safe night to be out.
Okay, Jamie Rhome, Deputy Director of the National Hurricane Center, thank you.